Today, we've got a topic that's been shaking the very foundations of anime lovers around the world, something that's been setting records and shocking viewers. I'm talking about the Netflix live-action adaptation of One Piece. Now, I know what you're thinking. Live-action adaptations of beloved anime can be a tricky business. They can either be a dream come true or a total nightmare, leaving fans torn and divided. But let me tell you, my friends, this live-action One Piece series has blown away all expectations, especially mine. As we speak, it's currently the #1 most viewed show in 84 countries, and that means it's beating records set by heavyweights like Wednesday and Stranger Things Season 4. And I think that's insane, but in the best way possible. Now, I've got some mixed opinions on the live action, and I'm going to share those with you, but seeing this level of support for One Piece just makes me smile. Even if I'm not the biggest fan, who cares? As long as people are enjoying it, that's what matters. So I just want to give you a spoiler warning if you haven't yet seen One Piece. Go and watch it and then come back to this video. Okay, let's begin. First up, let's talk about execution and cameos. The opening of the series is a treasure trove of cameos. We see characters like Dragon, Mihawk, Shanks, Smoker, and a mysterious woman speculated to be Crocodile. But my theory is that even if they didn't show them, they shot scenes with their backs or even just the backs of their heads. This way they can flash back without continuity issues or rebuilding sets. Smart move, right? Now, let's talk about Alvida. I must say, I really like this version of Alvida better than the manga or anime counterpart. She's always been a bit of a throwaway villain, but live-action Alvida is genuinely terrifying. That strong, deep voice and those facial expressions, it's like she's stepping right out of the One Piece world. An amazing performance, and I can't wait to see more of her if we get a season 2. Next up, let's give some love to Kobe. Playing a pre-glob Kobe must have been challenging because he's initially weak and cowardly. Overplay that and it could get annoying real fast. But I think this Kobe strikes the right balance. Now, cinematography. This has been a divisive topic among fans. The live action took some creative liberties, especially with those super tight close-ups. Personally, I'm not a fan of being all up in people's faces. It's like, give me some personal space, please. Plus, One Piece's world is vast, and those tight shots make it feel cramped. However, there are moments when the cinematography shines, like Captain Morgan's office. It's a perfect blend of set design, lighting, and shot composition. And upon rewatching, I've noticed subtle brilliance, like the use of colors in episode 2. These small details are what make a difference. It was obviously done with passion. But there are scenes that feel too dark. Maybe I'm an old man, but watching stuff that dark strains my eyes. It could be stylistically rectified by adding some bright moonlight through openings in the scenes. Also, the Luffy flashback didn't quite land for me. It might be because they struggled to find the perfect child Luffy actor. Child actors are easy to criticize, but this Luffy just didn't capture that core Luffy joy and optimism. Now, let's talk about the red-haired pirates. Lucky Roo and Yasop were fantastic. Lucky Roo in particular left a strong impression in his short screen time. But Ben Beckman, while I have no doubt the actor is great, felt a bit off. He came across more like your dad wearing a wig than a formidable Ben Beckman. Captain Morgan, on the other hand, was a real treat. His actor nailed both serious and comedy moments. I wish we could have seen more of his serious side though. He's a great comic foil and could have delved deeper into his manga counterpart's character. And then there's Bogart. Now, this is significant. This live action is groundbreaking because it's the first time Bogart's name has been mentioned in any medium. Bogart is a love letter to true fans, and that moment was immensely satisfying. Plus, his Scottish accent? Pure perfection. Okay folks, let's talk about Syrup Village. Many seem to agree it's one of the weaker arcs in the live-action series. But hold on, I'm going to be a bit contrarian here. I actually liked it. It's the only arc that's given the time it needs to breathe. We get to know the characters on the island, explore Kaya's situation, and see genuine friendships form. And let's not forget the villains. Syrup Village allows more time for them to settle in. Sham and Bucci have cute moments that establish their dynamic. It's a stark contrast to characters like Jean in Barati, who appeared and disappeared in a flash. Oh, and of course, Choo Choo the dog. I love that dog. And they killed Mary, which was a bold move. It's like a direct response to the common criticism that no one ever dies in One Piece. But who's taking care of Kaya now? Now, I have to admit there were some questionable decisions in Syrup Village, like Kuro not disposing of Mary's body properly. And what's up with Kuro not finishing off Zoro? Stab him, slit his throat. Make sure the job is done, Kuro. This is why your plans always fail. Now, let's dive into Arlong Park. Arlong himself is a character I had mixed feelings about. The trailer and release images did not do him justice. This design didn't quite win me over, but hey, that's just personal taste. That said, the fight between Luffy and Arlong left me feeling a bit unsatisfied. It seems like Arlong was leagues ahead, making Luffy's sudden victory feel unearned. I guess you could argue Luffy was more determined at Arlong Park, but it still felt like a leap in strength. I also couldn't help but compare Arlong to characters like Buggy and Kuro, who felt more intimidating. It's like Arlong was trying to drop a sick beat every time he showed up. It felt a bit out of place in the One Piece world. And that epilogue, folks? Kobe delivering Luffy's bounty poster was a beautiful bookend, harking back to episode 1. It adds a meaningful touch to the series, and those bounty reactions were so satisfying. It ends on a high note that makes me crave more. And as for that Marine B plot, some speculate it was a budget measure, a way to cut down on expensive action scenes. It does make sense, given the show's 8-episode mandate, but it was just Marines talking in rooms. It was a cost-effective way to fill that space, but I don't necessarily agree with the decision. However, the choice to have Nojiko and the villagers not know about Nami's sacrifice is a curious one. It adds a different layer to the story, but sacrifices the gut punch of the villagers knowing all along. It undercuts Nojiko's character and the tattoo's significance. So there you have it, my thoughts on the live-action One Piece series. It has its problems, no doubt, but I think most of them stem from the 8-episode mandate. The creatives involved did their best to work within those constraints. But here's the big question. Do you want to see a season 2? And do you think the response has been good enough for Netflix to shell out another $100 million? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content. Until next time, eat your vegetables.